like I said, our society fell apart because men didn't always disdain from marriage. Actually, if you really want to look at it, you were not considered a man unless you were married and had kids. That was kind of like a rite of passage thing. So, and I mean,
that's what
that was in the past, but going forward, we gotta find a way to get our communities back together. If we do that one house at a time, one family at a time, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like the promotion of division. Now, just to be clear, I'm not against marriage. I'm just saying you need to know. I encourage men to find out what the risks are, because there's risk in everything that you do, but marriage is one thing that nobody actually really talks about the risk. There are a lot of benefits too. Because think about it. People talking about. I know my man talked about. You giving up. Your freedom and playing in the field. But let's think about it like this, dude. When you get 45, 50, 55. Do you think women want to see a 45, 50, 55-year-old guy in the club hitting on women? No, they don't. You don't want to see a 50-year-old guy at the junior college. You don't. There comes a time, and that's stuff that you should be doing in your teenage years, in your 20s. But part of maturing and becoming an adult is evolving your life. And you can't do the same thing at 50 that you're doing at 20. You're not evolving. You're actually mentally stuck. And, I like the manosphere guys. Some of the stuff I don't agree with. I don't agree with a lot of the extremism. But, and I'll just leave it at that, as far as those guys. But, you got to evolve, and you got to work with somebody. And I think what it is, nobody's really having real hard conversations about relating to each other, working together, because you're going to have to work together, especially Black people. We are at the bottom of the scale economically. Cost of living is this year is spiking. It's going to take, my mom used to tell me when I was a kid, it takes 2 incomes to make it. You need to work together. We can talk all this. You make 6 figures, and the man is the only person that's supposed to work and stuff like that. But let's be realistic. Majority of the people make average salaries. Cost of living keeps going up, and you can barely afford to give milk to your kids. So you got to have your wife work.
Yeah.
Folks got to buy groceries. Housing is expensive. Then in addition to that, people are going into debt like crazy because they see other people that may be better off financially than they are, and they're going on trips and stuff. And so then you start to envy the other people talking about, it'd be nice to go on a trip. So now, as a man, I'm like, oh man, my wife's not happy. I got to go on a trip. So now I whip out the credit card, which puts us further into debt. In addition to the debt that I have from going to school, trying to better myself so I can, quote unquote, make a better living and earn more money. It's an endless cycle. So you can't be a player all your life. At some point in time, you got.
We'll talk about the playerism next time.
Yeah, I get it. Nobody wants to be bound and unhappy, but love should be fun. If you feel bounded with the person that you married the wrong one.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Cannon wants to say something to you, JT, and then we're going to go ahead and close out this discussion. But I appreciate you so much, and I love your insight. Yeah.
You need to know where the crackhead in the family is, and how many they got.
What habits they have, and yeah, I agree. And it used to be like that in our culture. A lady, she actually watches the show. She was talking to me about how a long time ago, that was in it, not even that long ago, maybe like another generation ago. That was what women were looking for. You know, they were looking for what type of family the man came from. I know I look for that now. It says a lot. Now, I will still judge a guy based off of him, but you know, how you were raised, your family, that tells a lot about you. You know,
It does.
you know, everybody has a different kind of story or situation, but generally speaking, your family says a lot about you. Same thing for women. Your family kind of says a lot about you, or like what you've been taught, and then what you're getting yourself into. What kind of family is this? My mom used to say, be careful who you marry, you know, because your kids are gonna pick up their habits and their spirits, and you don't know genetically what they're gonna, you know, inherit. So yeah, I like that. Thank you, JT. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yep.
And before I go, I'd like to say, anybody that's in the chat that has not hit the like button, go ahead, hit the like button, because you know this group of people right here, they're having a really good discussion, and we really want that to circle around. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell button, and set the bell to all, so that way you'll be notified of every time they post a video.
Good
Thank
advice.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, JT. Much love.
Mm-hmm.
All right.